Hi, this is Jonathan. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a couple of topics that are by request. So some of you out there commented and asked to have me do a couple of custom videos. So today we're going to be combining two into one of those custom requests. The first one that was asked was if I could do some tips and tricks for ABDL newbies. And so we'll kind of talk through some of that. I think, you know, a lot of my channel, a lot of the different videos I do really kind of goes into greater depth in some of that stuff for newbies, or those that are even veteran ABDLs. But we'll go ahead and try and do that in this video today and summarize some of that stuff. And then the second one is around smooth skin, or skin that is hair free, or how do you get rid of hair, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. As we go through this, we'll kind of do it in a progression, and in you know, diapering yourself and some of those kinds of things. So let's go ahead and dive in. We'll get started. And you know, first of all, as a newbie coming into the ABDL world is, you know, kind of what are some of those basic products that you need to make you feel little. And it doesn't typically cost a whole lot of money to get started. And we'll look at some of those today. So, you know, the first thing as you go into it, of course, we can kind of start with the idea of showering or bathing. You know, typically as a child, you don't typically shower. As a younger child, you're typically put into the bath. And so that is probably where I would say we'll start today's discussion is to, you know, if you have a bathtub, get yourself into that bathtub and kind of take yourself back to that childhood days. And when you're in the bathtub, try and use some of those products that you would use, a child would use. And something that I use is I like the Johnson & Johnson's brand of products, just because they were around when I was little, and they smell really good, and they just are great products. And so, you know, I use this one. It's called the Johnson's Cotton Touch Newborn Wash and Shampoo. So this is a good start at getting yourself all clean and prepped and ready to be diapered. Also in the tub, if you get in the tub versus the shower, you can buy some bath toys or those kinds of things. You could even use a childhood style bath towel. You can use little washcloths. There's all kinds of different things you can do in that space. But starting out here is using some soap. So after you get yourself out of the tub, and you're all clean and ready, a couple of things we want to get ready as we are going to be putting the diaper on, and that is we need some powder. I like to use powder. This is Johnson's, this is still the talc style powder, and I do prefer it, even though they've stopped selling it due to lawsuits and things in the United States. You can still buy it from overseas. And so I like to have some powder, so whether or not you want to go with this one, just some type of powder. And then I like some kind of lotion, just an everyday lotion. And this one is called Johnson's Skin Nourish Creamy Oil. And so it comes out, it's a little bit thicker, and this works really good for that area. Also, of course, you need your diaper. We're going to be using this one today, the Kiddo, the Teddy's Ultra. And then I like to use a changing pad of some kind. This one is a cotton. On one side it's got the cute little print. On the back side it's just got a solid orange. And so I like to lay this down so that you know, you're not laying directly on the floor. And I do want to talk a little bit about diapering. When you're diapering yourself or someone else is helping to diaper you, I really recommend you do it on a hard surface. Oftentimes you'll see in some of my videos we're doing it on the changing table. I consider that a hard surface because the padding or the topping on it only is probably about 1 inch thick, and then it's got that vinyl layer over it, so it really is a hard surface, what I would consider a hard surface. You don't want to change yourself on the top of a bed, on the top of a sofa, some of those kinds of things where when you lay on it, your body goes down in and it comes around. You just can't get as good of a fit with the diaper. You really need a hard surface or almost hard surface where your body is laying against that diaper, against that surface in that section along the bottom of the body. And then when you pull it, you can adjust it, pull it one side or the other, and you're not trying to fight it against something that's soft like a bed or a comforter, a sofa or something like that. So, if you have that opportunity to use the floor, do so. And that's where a changing pad comes into play. Now, when we're out and about, in public areas where you're having to use a public restroom, I don't lay on the floor. They're just so dirty and gross. I only do that at home. In a public bathroom, I will stand against the wall and do it there. So you're really kind of just using the wall surface similar to as you would use the floor, but you're standing up. And it is a lot harder to do it on the wall. So it takes a lot of practice. I'm still not great at it. So typically I try and do that where I'm, at home on the floor, or if I'm out about, then, doing it that way. So let's go ahead and we'll lay out the changing mat. I'll show you how to kind of position the diaper. I'm going to go ahead and put some of this Johnson's on me in advance. We'll sprinkle a little bit of powder on the diaper itself. We'll see if we can get that. And we'll go to that point. So here we go. Okay, so we'll go ahead and open up the diaper. Now, I do recommend kind of fluffing the diaper a little bit. So you go ahead and open it up. I usually grab it from front to back, and then you just kind of twist it like you're wringing out a rag. Twist it back and forth, and do that a couple of times, and that will soften it a little bit. We'll open it up. We put the side with the tabs in the back. This is the back side, and we'll take some powder and we'll just lightly dust it. You don't want to use too much. It kind of makes a mess, but just a light dusting, because you don't want the powder or any of the lotions to get on the tabs. Now, these are Velcro tabs, so it's not as important, but if you've got tabs that are going down that are more of a sticky type tab that's going down on a clear or on a landing zone surface, powder or lotion can make it so those won't stick. Okay, so here we are, and I have already went ahead and put lotion all over the area, that creamy lotion that we talked about. And I laid down the changing mat. I lightly powdered the diaper, and now we're going to go ahead and put it on. So you put it on with the tabs in the back, and so you're going to go ahead and lay down on the diaper and try and center these tabs. And so just center them from side to side so that they're about equal distant. And then you're going to go ahead and bring the diaper up. And what you want to do is you want to try and have this back side equal with the front side. So you can grab that with your hand like this and just kind of make sure those are equal. Now, if anything, I would recommend erroring on the side that it comes up a little higher in the back than the front. It just fills and fits a little bit better when I do that. But it's what we're going to do is pull the diaper tight. Now we've got that taken care of. And I take my forearm here and I lay it over the top of the diaper to hold it in place. So we're centering it. Taking my forearm to squeeze and hold down. And then we're going to pull out on this side so it's nice and tight. I use my hand to push it down, tuck it under, and then grab the tab, open it up, and bring it across and stick it down. Okay, and then the same thing on the other side. Use the forearm to hold the diaper down, pull out the tab, fold it under, grab the tab, and bring it up. And you can see with this particular diaper, you've got the opportunity to make sure things are centered. So we've got the buttons here and here, and so we can adjust those tabs so that they fit right there, and you can readjust the Velcro ones. So there you go. That's how you get those tabs on. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and make an adjustment down here at the legs to make sure that this plastic is out and not tucked under on both sides. And then I kind of just push it in a little bit. And then this is what it looks like after you have successfully put it on. So there you go. The other thing you can do is the flaps underneath, we folded those under as best we could, but sometimes they don't always lay flat, so you can take your hand underneath and pull it. And that's the underside tab until it smooths it out. We can do that on this side too. There we go. Okay, that is how you successfully put on the diaper. All right, so after that I typically stand up. You can continue to adjust a little bit. On the sides, some of the diapers have a little bit of extra plastic, and so to make that look a little more fitted and nice, you can take and squeeze or pinch and fold it under like that. And on the top, sometimes you've got that same opportunity. So you can take it and fold it under like that. So pinch, fold it under, and then on the top, fold it under. And then that just makes for a little bit better fit, and it just looks a little better. I always use a onesie, and so I've got that here. So we'll take that down and pull it through the bottom side. And it has 3 snaps, so we'll snap those. Okay. And that is what it looks like. As far as now wearing the diaper throughout the day, depending on how much water you drink, will depend on how quickly you wet your diaper and how quickly it might need to be changed so it doesn't leak. And it's what I do is I just kind of keep an eye on it throughout the day, and start to realize when I need to have that change. For me, I typically go 4 to 6 hours usually. After that time, the diaper can start to stink a little bit too, just from the urine and sitting in the diaper. So when the time comes, you can go ahead and change out of the diaper and put a new one on. Now, when I'm changing into a new diaper, of course, you can use some kind of wipes. These are the ones that I've come accustomed to really liking. It's the Huggies brand. These are actually the Natural Care with cucumber and green tea. I like the scent of these, and these are really thick. Years ago, they used to be called the One and Done. They were the thickest wipe that Huggies made, and now they've really kind of simplified the line. They still have a thinner one and a thicker one, this being the thicker one, but these are the ones that I prefer to use. And I prefer warm wipes no matter the time of the year. And so if you catch one of my other videos, I talk about a warp warmer, or a let's see if I can say that correctly. I talk about a wipe warmer that I keep these in. And I really just keep them in the package they're in, just toss them in the warmer and they stay nice and warm. When rediapering, of course, clean yourself up really well. Go ahead and reuse some of the lotion if need be, and some of the powder. I typically only use lotion right out of the tub, and then I use powder with every diaper change. So that would be as you change out of that diaper. Now, for newbies, a tip, sometimes it's really hard with the ability to unpotty train yourself. And, it's really a long journey. It doesn't happen quickly. I've heard a lot of different stories of people who, have been working on it for years. And it does take some time because it's different. It's you're doing something different, and it takes time. And everybody's different too. And so the biggest thing I recall back remembering is it's getting your place into the bathroom. Keep the diaper on, go about your daily activities. When you have to go to the bathroom or you have that urge, like you're going to go to the bathroom, go into the restroom, and even go over to the toilet. Keep the diaper on though, and see if that can help you to use the diaper. Once you've been able to kind of master using it during the daytime, when you're laying down, that's where it can become a challenge, a really big challenge for people, and it can be really hard. It depends on sometimes how you're lying, if you're lying on your back, if you're lying on your side, if you're lying on the front. Sometimes I've found early on is not being able to do it while lying down, but just kind of sit up. If you can do that in bed and see if that'll help, maybe kind of kneel in bed. Just kind of try some different positions until it starts to become a little more comfortable to you. And eventually you'll be able to do it laying down, and even in your sleep if you give it some time. I've been at it for years and years and years now, and I've been able to master that, but it didn't come easy initially. So don't feel bad about that, and just give it some time, and eventually you'll get there. So as far as newbie tips and tricks, those are some of them. Do know that if you're going to be diapered, make sure you have a diaper bag of some kind, whether that's a backpack or something where you've got an extra diaper or two in it. Take some wipes along with you, so that you're always prepared if you need to change that diaper, so that you're not leaking as you're out and about or have an accident, so to speak. All right, so that is probably it for the tips and tricks. I do recommend that you go out and take a look at my videos. I've got a ton of them out there, and a lot of the video content I have on YouTube and Just for Fans is around tips and tricks, or just things that I've found, whether they're products or those kinds of things. So go out, take a look at some of those if you want to continue to expand your knowledge. Today I did show just a 2-tape diaper, one on each side, meaning 2 tapes. On a 4-tape diaper, I typically do the bottom ones first. I found, as I've been doing it for years and years now, I can do the bottom one on the right side, the top one on the right side, slide over, do the bottom, and then the top, until you feel like you're really practiced at it. I recommend the bottom, adjust, and the top, so that kind of would work with those 4-tape diapers. All right, on to skincare. So somebody asked a little bit about skincare and how to have smooth skin, and my journey around that has been a long one. If we think, back to when I first started, I had hair everywhere. I was a very hairy person, and I've never been big on hair. And so a number of years ago, I took the opportunity to get some laser hair removal. And I actually ended up doing a package with the location that did it, which was a whole body hair removal. So everything but my head, or actually the top of my head. And, to do that, it takes about 24 months, so 2 years. It is a dedication. It is a little bit expensive. I've noticed over the number of years the prices have continued to come down and decrease as more and more places offer laser hair removal. And so you could definitely go out there and do it. But it's dependent upon the area. So like the legs and the torso and the arms, they all grow hair at a different rate. And so you have to have them done every maybe 3 weeks, some of them every 6 weeks. It really depends on the hair growth of the area, and when you go to have a consultation to have that laser hair removal, they'll talk to you about that. And so throughout that 2 years, I was going back periodically every few weeks and treating different areas, and so they were all kind of in a different phase. Now, laser hair removal works really well on light skin with dark hair. It's the contrast that the laser is able to pick up and do those treatments. So if you've got light hair on light skin, it doesn't work so well. And I had a mixture of hair. A lot of my hair was dark hair, and today all that hair is gone. I did have some lighter brown to light blonde hair as well in some areas, and that hair, the laser just doesn't pick it up, and so it can't get rid of it, or it can't damage the root. And so is what I do from that perspective is what is left now is I will shave just with in the tub, use some nice shaving cream, and just shave over those areas. And once you go through the laser treatment and you've gotten rid of a ton of the hair, then what's left is a lot less. It's minimal, but there is some. And so as I go through that process of shaving it, it's a whole lot quicker and it doesn't take very long. So there is a benefit to both, but don't expect, I think for most of us, don't expect to go and get the laser hair treatment removal and expect that it's going to be 100% gone, because it's not. The other thing to keep in mind in having smooth, soft skin that's hair-free is to use that shaving cream that I mentioned. It has a aloe in it, so it's a creamy moisturizing shaving cream. So I use that to help with my skin. Of course, I talked about the baby wash that I use that has moisturizers in it that help keep the skin soft, and then any kind of lotions and things like that on top of the skin. So, having hair-free skin still, it continues to take effort, but it's definitely worth it because that helps me in my journey as an ABDL. So, all right, well, that is about it for today's video. Hopefully you learned a couple of tips and tricks about being an ABDL for newsies from the first section of the video, and then a little bit about hair removal and that kind of thing and how I go about that. So make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the video. That helps to bring additional content, and it really helps me out. And make sure you go out and check my Just for Fans. That is where I post all of the same content, as well as a lot of other content that is posted out there that is not here on YouTube. So make sure you go over, take a look at Just for Fans, and consider supporting me there as well. All right, I hope you have a great day, and we will chat with you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.